Oh,
Ooh, that's
who's
different.
that?
Let me just make sure I invite you.
Where'd she come from?
All right, guys, welcome to our team call. It's great to see all of your beautiful faces. It is Monday night, May 24th. We are creeping up on the midway point of the year, which is pretty crazy because I feel like it was just doing a call for New Year's goals and with the diamonds and like, holy cow. And we were talking about for a year our leadership retreat, and that happens like yesterday. We had an amazing time. But my name is, for any new coaches, welcome on the call. My name is David Atkins. This is Kristen Atkins. They're the founding coaches of Team Perseverance. We have been coaches now for 10 plus years, and we are just so loving that we're grateful that we're able to do this full time now from home. And on Mondays, we get to come to you guys to go over news, training, announcements, and hear from Detective Crowley tonight. Who's our newest superstar, crushing it, getting to the diamond in like no time, and hear her tips. But I want to go over some important news and announcements and recognition. So let me, in fact, share my screen and let's dive right into that. So any new coaches are on the call, you may want to say, oh my God, what do I do next? We just did a new coach call. For any of you that have new coaches, remember, before our team call every other Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, I do a welcome new coach call. We just finished it tonight. We had a handful of people on, which was great. But if you missed it, you can find out exactly what to do by going to the announcements tab under the team page. And you will see this exact post. I kind of took a screenshot of it on the right that welcomes you to the team with the links to help you get started, which are very easy to follow along, okay? Calls, meetings, and webinars on Monday is the National Wake Up Call. At 11 a.m. today, my friend and rock star, four-time top 10 coach, Holly Hillier, spoke about a 20-minute peek into her 60-minute action hour of what she does to build the business. You know, she said, you know, through private message today, like she said, she really hopes this helps people that are new in coaching and coaches getting started to really find how they can build this business in 60 minutes. So you definitely want to check it out. She's a mom. She was a corporate exec in corporate America, and she's just absolutely an amazing person. Some push goals. The new leader conference is you have to be a 1-star by the end of the year. Elite coach, 105 leadership points, 5-star diamond by the end of the year with 2 new diamonds. And Premier Coach, 75 leadership points and a 2-star diamond within a year. I want to give a shout out to all of the coaches that are rising stars for team volume in the month of May thus far at this point. There's a good handful of coaches that achieved that. So amazing, amazing work. And then those that have already hit the all-star status of our team for team volume. And guys, team volume is basically when you have your coaches that you sponsored start working and you growing them, you produce team volume. So these are coaches that are growing teams and becoming leaders. So the team volume all-stars with Devin, Rosanna, Eliza, Elizabeth, Joanna, Michelle, Julia, Tony, Sharice, Griffin, and Elizabeth, guys, amazing work.
Awesome.
And then the legends are those that have over 1,000 team volume points or more. So shout out to Lindsay, Dana, Melanie, Joan, and Shannon. Woo! And I can tell you the underlying common denominator is everybody on that page is at least a diamond coach, okay? And that's when income really starts to continue and grow. I want to give a shout out to Diane Crowley and Rosanna Federico, who have hit team builder status, which is a level you hit on your way to working towards elite. You can see their names with the arrows. There's Rosanna and Diane, so congratulations to them. And also a shout out to Michelle Broder and Karen Brasillo for winning a trip to the Riviera Maya for doing the Take Action Challenge, which you can learn about it in the Coach Online office. But I heard Kristen said, Michelle said she just, opened up a bod group from the business activity tracker and it gave her an entry and she won. So absolutely amazing. I want to give a shout out to both Hanan and Paulina for being business launchers. So congratulations Buchanan and Paulina.
And Paulina, I just shouted her out today because she's had her new challengers. They got up together and they worked out together this morning, and she's like right on top of it, right on getting them to be accountable and help each other right out of the gate. So I'm really, really proud of her.
And guys, business launches are people that within their beginning months, first month, full month as a coach, that they're signing people up to join them in a bod group. And 99% of the time it's through a challenge pack, because that is the best deal. Okay. Congrats to Alejandra for hitting Emerald Coach. So congratulations, Alejandra, for hitting Emerald Coach. Awesome work. And a huge congratulations to our newest diamond, Dana McLeod. This was a long time coming. This girl's health and fitness and wellness journey, and just being a shining star. And I'm so happy for her. I actually want to scroll through the people. Is she on this call?
I hope she is.
Let's see. I'm going through.
Dana, are you here?
Dana, are you here? Is she here? I don't know if she's here. I don't know if she's here. But congratulations to Dana for hitting Diamond Coach. Absolutely, absolutely amazing. All right. Next, congratulations to Lindsay Coffin for hitting 2-star diamond. I know she was on this call. Where did I see? Oh, there she is.
What is she holding?
She's rocking.
Oh my God, the dog.
With a cone.
I thought she was holding a lamb.
Holy cow. Get the Instagram reel going. Let's go. But, oh no, not good. Not good. But you're a 2-star. And that's what's impressive.
Wait, was the dog like neutered today or something?
Yeah. Oh boy. You didn't even give him one chance.
Dave was neutered too.
One chance. Funny. All right. And I want to shout out this lady next to me, because she found out 2 weeks ago she's number 66 in the entire company of 400,000 coaches. And she's number 10 in the entire Northeast of the country. So you can see her name right there. So good job, babe.
That's us. That's
amazing,
not me. That's
amazing work.
That's my team. They're amazing.
And I also want to say, who's going to be with us next year at the Leadership Retreat?
Vanessa!
You know what the best part about this is? When I put this photo up, guys, look at everybody's individual face. There is like a story of fun and happiness. You can go around and look at everybody's face in there. This was a great photo. Like, guys, this really was. I mean, look at Melanie in the front with her hands, and Devin, everybody laughing, and Lisa, and look at Joanne. I mean, everybody. It was such a great photo. So, guys, next year, we're going to be raising the bar to get there, because we know we're having more diamonds and be there. So it may be star diamond. I don't know. We haven't figured it out yet. But we will be doing this again, because it was absolutely amazing.
It was above and beyond how I imagined it to be. And that's just because we were with amazing people. I mean, you can't plan for, the memories that you make with people. You can plan for as much as possible, but we needed that so bad. We needed human connection, and we needed to be celebrated. Like you guys, we work hard, and we worked harder than we've ever worked in this past year. So to be able to celebrate our team was really important to Dave and myself, and we want to keep that going
100%.
Forward. So stay tuned for that information.
100%. Okay. Together We Rise, guys, is our theme for this year. I don't know if anybody watched my video, but I wanted to kind of hit on this again. Thank you to the leaders that were there last week that helped me come up with this theme. And guys, the reason why, and this applies to all of you, and this applies to us, and the reason we chose this year to talk about Together We Rise, because this is a team effort. We are a team, right? But the thing is, we all can rise to whatever the next level is where you are in your business. If you are a new coach, it's getting your first challenger to sign up and getting your first 2 Success Club points. If you are a coach that's been around for a month or 2, it's getting to Emerald. If you're an Emerald, it's getting to Diamond. If it's Diamond, getting to Star Diamond. If it's Success Club 5 one month, it's Success Club 10 the next month. The thing is we are part of such an amazing community, so we do it together, but we all rise together. And how do we rise? We rise with where we are, right? Your chapter 1 should not be compared to somebody else's chapter 12. That's the thing I always say. You work with what you have, with where you are, because what you have is plenty. The key is that you rise to your next level. And if we all rise together, the team will grow, the community will grow, and most importantly, we will empower and help more and more people with their health and wellness journeys. And that's really what we're about. So it's together we rise, guys. So we all have a responsibility. We all have a sense of ownership in our business to rise up. I'm relying on you to rise up with where you are. I'm relying on you not to stay where you are and to improve not only your health and fitness journey, but you're the best human being for your kids, for your spouse, for your family, and that you're living a life. What's really about is serving other people. Help enough people get what they want, and you will get what you want. That's why I love this business, because it's about helping other people. So we have, what is Grant Cardone says? You have a duty and obligation to go out there in this world and help people and be the best version of yourself. That's you taking ownership and us doing it together. Because, right? They say the weakest link. I'm forgetting the saying, but like if one of us doesn't do it, we need to do it together. So together we rise. All right. So enough about that. It's important to me. Okay, everybody. This is the theme for Coach Summit 2021. Guys, I put a survey up on the team page. If you have plans of coming to Coach Summit, since it was canceled, everything is virtual. Kristen and I were talking about having it here at our house, but it is very hard to logistically plan what we need if we don't know who definitively is coming. So right now, and maybe there is really hard for us when we're like, do we need to reserve a tent? Do we need not to reserve a tent? What will the tickets cost for us to be able to get the things to have the people here, or what won't it cost? So I'm asking everybody who is going to plan to come July 14th to 16th. And guys, the way Kristen kind of said, like for everybody that got Coach Summit tickets, you were going away anyway, you planned on going, right? So are you going to come here? And if you're not, and I get it, some people may have valid reasons, you still should be blocking off those days and be all in, because this is once a year. It's one day a year. It's not going to be convenient, but success isn't convenient. It's very inconvenient, okay? And sometimes in life, you got to be willing to do what others aren't willing to do if you want to live the life you want to live, all right?
And live events, guys, are everything. It doesn't have to be fancy. Like, we want the whole vibe of what we have is just to be like hanging in the backyard together, just taking in information, bouncing ideas off each other, just being grateful for this opportunity that we have in front of us. So it doesn't have to be fancy or crazy. Just get yourself there, and if you are not coming to New York and you have people near you, do something with them locally,
right.
Like Super Saturdays.
Like, this isn't just about you have to come here to New York, but we talked about it. So we just did a survey and we're asking that everybody complete it by close of business Wednesday, by the end of Wednesday.
I had no idea what COB meant.
Close of business. I guess
no
that's
idea.
from my...
That's such a police term, isn't it?
I guess maybe.
10-4.
Like, yeah, she's like corn on the cob.
I'm like, what?
But anyway, please fill it out, guys, so we can kind of see what we're looking at. All right. Off to the races. If you have at least 2 Success Club points, please post that on the team page so we can get you in the message thread with other coaches that also have points. So you guys could be grouped together. And then let's go over some new things in the Coach Online office. I know these announcements is a while, and I have a short little training video clip. There's a lot going on before we get to Diane, so please stay tuned. Guys, this is a big one, okay? Huge. Kristen shed tears last week. I don't know if you got to watch Carl Deichler last week go live and announce everything that's coming with this company very soon, okay? If you did not watch Carl Deichler, it doesn't matter if you're a new coach or a star diamond, you need to go back and watch everything he shared. I'm going to give you the bullet points, but there's nothing like the power of hearing what he's sharing and him putting it in his words on what's coming. All right. First and foremost, many of you know Beachbody is about to become a publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange. Okay. That merger with Mix Fitness, who's a cycling company, is going to be happening probably in about a month. And it's going to be on the ticker symbol of BODI, B-O-D-I. Okay. The next is there's a new Shakeology flavor, cookies and creamy. It's called. It's plant-based and fully natural. All right. That's the new Shakeology flavor. I can't wait. Cookies, and they call it creamy. Is probably because cookies and cream has been patented, so they just said cookies and creamy.
And we used to years ago do half a scoop of vanilla and half a scoop of chocolate.
Yeah.
And we called it black and white cookie or
Yeah.
Oreo.
Yeah.
Hello, that's probably what this is going to taste like.
100%.
And now they did it for us.
Awesome. Increased probiotics and Shakeology, and it's going to be certified gluten-free.
That's
How
huge.
awesome is that? That's huge because this and that. Portion Fix is going to be complete, and it's going to be a simple revamp. So now it's going to only be called Portion Fix, not Ultimate Portion Fix. It's going to have Time Nutrition in there, carb cycling, intermittent fasting, and pregnancy-based nutrition.
Amazing.
So that is amazing.
Amazing.
The launch of the new program, 645 by Amwala Caesar, is coming in July. I forgot to cut out 11. Let me go to the next point. Hold on, guys. Oh, and it's stuck. And that's why sometimes I don't do this. Hold on. Here's this. Exclusive workouts on Nutrition Plus. So let me talk about this, guys. The new Beachbody On Demand is going to be called BODI, B-O-D-I. And now what's happening is workouts are going to be going live, and they're going to be interactive. Woo! You're going to be able to see all of our super trainers and other new trainers they're bringing in, and see every day when live classes are going on with all different types of workouts, from strength training to endurance to cardio to yoga to cycling, because we're going to be getting a freaking bike, guys. And the coolest thing is, on your screen, you will be able to have the ability to be up on the screen like you're seeing in this photo, so the trainers see you and they can call you out or correct your form or talk to you or cheer you on. There is no platform out there like we are going to dominate the fitness market virtually with BODI. It's going to be like crazy. All right. So like there at number 7, Nutrition Plus, if you have it, it's going to become Beachbody On Demand Interactive, aka BODI. Live daily workout classes, live meal planning and cooking sections. There's going to be different levels to get into it, an all-in thing. Right now it's $20 a month, but you're going to be able to buy it for the year. Cardio and HIIT and boot camp and Pilates and bar. Guys, it's so much. Like Kristen's like, we're just going to dominate the space.
Yep.
You know, we really are.
World domination.
Spin classes are coming, guys. I can't wait for that. Also, the bike, which Mix Fitness's bike is top notch. We're going to get a code as coaches, and we're going to get it for the best price. No, you're not going to be able to get it cheaper somewhere else. There's going to be no other promo codes out there cheaper than what you can get it, and people will be able to get it through you. So that's going to be pretty cool.
It's amazing.
There's going to be Beachbody, and guys, Feed FM. We're going to have live music of songs that are trending today. So Feed.fm are partnering to bring the best popular music to every workout class.
They've been listening to everything we've been asking for a long time.
And how about this? One of the top super trainers for Peloton, Jennifer Jacobs, is the Beachbody's newest super trainer. She is going to be on this platform. She is now a Beachbody super trainer, and she has a huge following. And I'm just telling you, like, this is going to be crazy. And then the last thing, the mixed spin bike, we're going to be able to purchase it in the fall. All coaches and customers will get a code to purchase at a discount. Guys, it's just like,
it's so
crazy. And it's just, I was telling Lindsay Kaufman, like, talking to her message, being on the coach advisory board, CAB, when I heard about this stuff coming like 6 months ago, it was so hard to like last week on leadership because everything is confidential and I know more stuff that's coming and I'm just like, holy cow. And Lindsay and I were like in the pool in the rain, hanging out. And I just want to be like, Lindsay, like, I got to tell you something, what's coming. But I couldn't share it because I'm like, all right, Michael Neiman and Carl Deichler, if it, will kill me. But guys, this is just great stuff. So I'm so excited. New features now available in the daily activity tracker. Guys, the business activity tracker, we call the BAT. It's great. And I want to get into this short little video of Kim Carver, who we love from corporate, who spoke last week about it. Because I'll be honest, I think a lot of you guys aren't aware of it. And like, this is the last thing. And it's like 2 other quick little announcements. Actually, let me hit on and then do the video and we go to Diane. The 645 with Amwala is being launched. It's going to kick off on July 6th for coaches and then for customers on July 19th. And remember, guys, the Summer Strong, take advantage of Summer Strong challenge packs are an additional $20 off. Guys, it's $140 for people to get 12 months access to Beachbody On Demand and a month of Shakeology and access to both nutrition plans. It's a joke of what they're giving and what the value they're getting. So that's still going on. So let's watch this video with Kim. And then we're going to Diane about the business activity tracker. And then we're going to get into our amazing coach, Diane.
Hey there. One thing I know for sure is that every coach who gets started with us wants to be successful, at least at some level. And that means that I know that you watching this also want to achieve a level of success with what you're doing as a coach. And I'm guessing you also understand that there's some work and some consistency that's required to achieve that success. And that you're hoping at this point to continue to develop and build some confidence along the way. Well, that's the reason why we have the daily activity tracker. The daily activity tracker is based on a lot of research we put together into what successful coaches do on a consistent basis to achieve the success they want. So it takes out some of the mystery so that you know that the consistent work you need to be applying is focused in the right places to achieve the results that you're looking for. And I also know that as you do these things consistently, that's how you build confidence. That feeling a lack of confidence, you overcome that as you throw yourself into these activities on a consistent basis and develop confidence and comfort around those activities. So knowing what they are, understanding what they are, helps you do that. So what we want to do real quick is just look at this daily activity tracker so you know what it is and how to use it, how to apply it in your business. I'm going to show you how to use it again on the desktop or laptop computer, but it also works the exact same on your mobile device as well, which is where I'm guessing a lot of coaches will use it. So, but let's jump in real quick onto the desktop version here and take a quick look. To get to the tracker, you just need to log into your coach office. And then here on the desktop, you're going to click on Grow My Business and then go down to right here where it says Daily Activity Tracker. Now on a mobile device, it's even easier when you log into the coach office. You're going to see one of the very first icons here on the page is the Daily Activity Tracker. You just tap on that to open it. And again, the experience is the same. So I'm going to jump back to the desktop version here and let's go ahead and click on that and walk into the tracker. Okay, so here's the tracker. A couple things I want to call out real quick to orient you with it. First, right on the side here, you have the days of the week and the percentages show the percent of the tracker you've completed for that day. So if we go now back over to the right here, here's today, Thursday, May 20th, 2021. So here's the tracker for today. You'll see across the top here, the 4 vital behaviors, these key behaviors for success in coaching. Now, what the tracker does is it gives you the most leveraged or most important activities to do each day for those behaviors. For example, with Be Proof the Products Work, we'll have 2, workout and drink Shakeology. Now, as you click on those, you'll notice that the status bar increases to let you know the progress you're making towards completing the activities for that vital behavior. You'll also notice, if you go back over here to the weeks, that as you check off items, it shows you the progress you're making towards fully completing your tracker for that day. Now, over here, you also have the opportunity to add a task. So, for example, let's say that I wanted to add some meditation. Okay. Once I've done that, I can click save, and now that is part of my to-do list that I want to add. Gives you the ability to customize it and track the specific workout or the specific activities you want to do for the day. Okay, one more thing I want to call out here. So as you can see, if we click on each one of these vital behaviors, you'll see the key activities that you need to do each day for those behaviors. But let's say now as you're going into, let's say, connecting, inviting, and following up. Let's say inviting people is something that you feel like, man, that's an area that I need some help with. I don't have a lot of confidence in. Well, one thing I want to call out real quick is over here again on the left is our training and support link. If you click on that, it will bring up a list of curated trainings by other successful coaches, which will help you be able to learn more about a specific topic related to the activities on the tracker. The green check marks let you know that it's a video that you've already watched. If you don't have a green check mark there, then you know it's something that you haven't watched yet. So for example, let's say, man, one of the things that's happening in inviting is I keep getting asked questions and I don't know how to answer some of these questions. Maybe you should come here and watch how to answer common questions. If you just click on that, it brings up a video for you with a quick training video, a couple minutes long, where you can learn more about how to answer some common questions. Okay, one more thing I want to call out real quick. So if I go back over here to the dashboard, if I click on the dashboard link on the side, what this shows me is some key pieces about my business, some of the results, right? One of the things the activity tracker should do is the activities that you're engaging in should be yielding results. And a lot of times those results are going to be measured in Success Club points. As you help people as they get started with one of our packs, it will start to measure your Success Club points. Right now it's at yellow because I haven't quite hit 5 to qualify for Success Club. If you don't know what Success Club is yet at this point, that's fine. Talk to your coach. They'll explain what that is. But basically, once you've helped at least 3 people in a month, you've earned at least 5 Success Club points, and that will turn green. And then it will continue even a darker shade of green if you reach Success Club 10, maybe helping double the number of people. This also makes sure that you met the other requirements to qualify for Success Club with having at least 90 points on subscription with us. Okay, so that's the tracker. Now, again, I want you to think about this. The tracker really is just that place where you can check off the activities as you do them each day, so you know which activities to focus on, and then have a way of keeping track to make sure you're engaging those on a daily basis. It really is a simple tool. And set a goal for yourself to complete that little green bar over each one of those vital behaviors every day, and to get 100% on each one of the days in that menu on the left-hand side of the screen there, right? That's, again, that consistency in doing the right behaviors, yielding the results that you can track on that dashboard. And as you saw in the tracker, if you need some help or assistance, training's just a click away. You can go find it, look for the topic that maybe you need some help with, and it's right there. All right, so what I want to do now is just take just a second and show you maybe some additional features of the tracker that you may or may not use. There are a lot of people, most coaches will just use the check boxes, and that's all you need. But there are some coaches who like a little extra level of detail and organization. If that's not you, you can turn off the training right now. You don't need to go forward anymore. But if you're the kind of coach that likes to have maybe a little bit higher level of organization, a place to kind of bring everything together a little bit more to track things, and you don't get lost in the details very easy, pay attention to this next segment, because I'm going to point out a couple features of the plant tracker that I think that you'll like. Okay, here we are back in the tracker. What I want to show you really is, I already showed you how to add an additional task, which is great. But what I want to call out right here are these little blue hyperlinks to the right. These are additional options that are available to you that just increase what the tracker can do for you if this is the kind of thing that is helpful to you and not distracting or overwhelming. So for example, let's say I'm going through this and I want to track through the tracker the specific connections that I'm making on a daily basis, right? So I would click on this Add Connections link, and what that's going to do is it's going to bring up some tips, right, for adding connections from different methods, whether it's on social media or a direct connection. And then I'll click on this Add New Connections link right there. That will bring up a place where I can then type in the name of a new connection. So let's say that let's just do one of my kids. Okay, it's my kid, and let's say that I contacted him on Instagram, and his Instagram handle is @Josh Carver 89, sure, whatever. And he is my son, okay? And then I click save, okay? Bam, I've got a new connection. I can add another one if I want to. Maybe that's just the only one I want to add right now. Okay, I'll click close for that. And now I've added a new connection. I'll click close to close that window again. That's there. Now what will happen here is as you add those connections, then that will start to spill over into other. That's kind of like the first step. If I go to the next step here where I'm inviting people to join a bod group or learn about coaching, let me look at add invite. So let's say that I've been talking to Josh a little bit. He's a new connection. And now I'm going to go ahead and invite him. It kind of explains it all right up here, but I'll just explain to you. I'm saying I'm either going to invite him to coaching or to group, to join me a group, or maybe it's to both. Okay. And right here, I can schedule up a follow-up. So I invited Josh. I can see kind of his information if I click that plus sign. But now let's say, hey, I invited him and I want to follow up with him, let's say tomorrow. By default, this is a week, but let's say he's my son. You know, I want to make sure I reach out to them real quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and say, I'll just say today, just so I can show something else to you. Okay. So I want to follow up with them today. The schedule's followed. I can schedule the follow-up for that. And then I click close to shut that. Now, when I do that, this next one right here, follow-up, let's look at that. So if I view my follow-ups, what this does is you're scheduling these follow-ups, you can come here, and if you click view follow-ups, you can see the follow-ups that you scheduled for that day. So right here we go. We can see now we've got 2 follow-ups that I have to make. One for Sam Glove, who's undecided. He doesn't quite know what he wants to do yet. Okay, I've got some information for him right here. I've got his contact information from Instagram. And then there's my son, Josh. Okay, I can see his information right there and what he's done. If I click on this little pencil right here, I can add some more notes to that. I can update what he wants. You know, he really just wants to be a customer and to join my group. Let's do that. I click save. Okay, and then click close to close that out. And so that gives me the opportunity to be able to track the people that I've invited. So there you go. There's some additional features with the daily activity tracker that you may or may not use, but at least now you know that they're there. The most important thing is that you use a tracker consistently on a daily basis, doing those activities to get the results that you want as a coach.
All right, guys. So that was a video. I thought it was had a lot of great content, and I
Kim
learned
was
something.
on the toilet.
And I learned something by watching it. It has me think of maybe using to track here instead of another third-party tool. But I hope that was helpful. But without further ado, I want Kristen to introduce our next speaker.
All right, guys. So you probably all have heard of Diane because she's a little firecracker. She's probably, I think she hit diamond in record time, but I just want to give you a little background about Diane coming into coaching, and I'm sure she'll share some of it too. But Diane and I have known each other since we were little girls. Our moms were best friends. They worked together, and and she's known Dave too, but she always had this incredible work ethic. She was always like a hustler and a worker. And she's been doing Beachbody on and off with us for many, many years. And I always said to Dave, wow, Diane would be an amazing coach. She never would commit to it, even though I've asked her 500 times over the last few years, because she always had, a full plate, or she couldn't see herself doing it, or she wasn't a full product of the product at the time, right? She always had different things she was doing. So the example with this is that when we invite people and they say no one time, we cannot get discouraged, because we know that 99% of the time it's a not right now. And I think Di is a great example of this, because I saw something in her, we both did, for years, where I'm like, I'm not going to stop asking her, because I think eventually when maybe the stars and the moon align, this might be something that can really help her in her life. So we kept on it with her, and I just saw something in her, and she came on and she goes, all right, well, if I'm going to do this, I just want the discount. I'm not going to have time for this business. I can't put myself on social media. She is, she's with the NYPD. She's a little badass cop. She's a professor at a college. She does have a full plate. She really, truly does. I mean, she doesn't sleep much. Her schedule is always crazy, but she's a no excuses type of person. So when she first came in and she's like, I'm not going to work this business, I really didn't have any expectations. I was just really excited to have her join the team, because this was the first time she started drinking Shakeology. She loved pumpkin spice, and that was kind of like a turning point for her. And then all of a sudden she's like, I have a customer. I have a coach. Do I just go in the coach office to learn this? Like, she just started. And when we went to leadership last week, we had Jamie Fitzpatrick speak to us, and he said, when you have coaches that are going to just do this, they're just going to do it. They're not going to need a whole lot of guidance. They're not going to need, you're going to guide them a little bit, but they're just going to take off and do it on their own. Mm-hmm. And Diane is a perfect example of that. She's like, I'll go to the coach office. I'll learn it. Like, she just did it. She's like, I set up a bod group already. I'm like, well, you signed up yesterday. Like, so like things happen really fast for her. She hit diamond in record time in 3 months. She's only been a coach for 5 months, working for 5 months. And I'm really honored that she said yes. I'm honored that she's going to be speaking to you guys today. And if you follow her, you'll see that she's a little spitfire. And I'm hope she's going to just share part of her story with you today and some of her tips. So take it away, my friend.
Hi, everybody. Well, Kristen, you took a lot of what I was going to say.
It's okay. You can repeat it.
So if somebody told me 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 13 years ago that I would be coaching on this team, I probably would have laughed. But I need to give you a little background before I get into tips on hitting diamond. From as far back as I can remember, I had an unhealthy relationship with food, and I had negative body image issues that stemmed from an Italian family that food was the answer to everything. You did great on a test, you got an A, here's a cupcake. Oh, you had a bad day in school, here's a cookie. Every social gathering was about food and the menu. And now tie that into a little girl that danced her whole life. And for anybody that's ever danced, recital costumes, 2-piece with the shimmery tights that like cut off circulation on your stomach and gives everybody muffin top, was like a sure set for disaster. So that led to eating disorders, quick fixes, calorie counting, and a lifetime of just frustration over never looking how I wanted to look. When I went into the police academy, I actually got into the best shape of my life, running daily and doing calisthenics. And then that quickly stopped for me. With about a year after I became a cop, there was like 1,000 obstacles that just were thrown at me, mostly medical. I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism and a B12 deficiency, which both for anybody who's struggled with either, definitely affects your weight, makes you gain weight, makes it very difficult to lose weight. Now combine that with somebody that doesn't have a healthy relationship with food or a great concept of body image, it's a sure disaster. It actually took the doctors about 5 years to diagnose me with an autoimmune disease, that celiac with gluten intolerance, to figure out what was going on. So there was a lot of medical stuff behind it. But my first program with Beachbody was actually with a different coach, and it was 21 Day Fix Extreme when the DVDs were still a thing. And that was in 2008. So 13 years ago was my first program with Beachbody. And I committed, and here's the thing, it's very frustrating for anybody that has a medical underlying thing going on with hormones. It's super, super frustrating when you are pressing play every day and you are watching what you eat, and you're not seeing the results. But for me, the results were always the scale going down and having a flat stomach. That was really all I wanted from this program. So it was hard for me to stay consistent after putting the effort in. So I didn't continue Shakeology after that one. I didn't continue. And then the Shift Shop came out and Lift 4 came out, and I started following Kristen and Dave more and more, seeing what they were doing. And I switched to be a customer under them. Same thing. I would start with a challenge pack. I would go all in with the right intentions, but work was crazy. My life was crazy. I would fall off track. I would start my own variations. I loved CrossFit. So on days that it was cardio, instead of doing, the cardio in the program, I would go for a run or I would go to the CrossFit box, and I didn't do it as written. I always canceled Shakeology before the end of the 30 days. I never really gave it a chance to let it do to my body what it has the power to do. And again, the scale wasn't moving. Fast forward Shift Shop, fast forward Lift 4. In that time also, my father had passed away. And that was kind of like a turning point for me. I was working out every day. I was eating clean. And about 15 pounds came onto my body and I could not get them off. I went to nutritionists. I went to trainers. I tried everything that was on the market and really did go all in. I remember working with Kristen and she gave me meal plans. And I think that was during Lift 4. And she told me exactly what to eat. And I was doing it. But the problem wasn't what I was eating or the workouts. And it wasn't where I was finding, people to mentor me. It was mindset. And I know that now. And somebody sitting here might be, and the only reason why I'm sharing this is because it may help somebody else. Losing my dad was really, really hard for me. And I remember going to doctors and like telling them there's something wrong with my hormones. And I went to a holistic doctor and she was like, you have to let it out. She was like, you're holding everything inside and you have to let it out. You have to heal your body. You have to heal your body. That's not what you tell a type A personality person. And I'm in law enforcement and we don't share emotions. We don't share struggles. You're a rock. So fast forward, I continued being frustrated with the scale not moving. I continued being frustrated with my pants not fitting. And really, I was suffering like horribly. And Bar Blend was coming out. And I told Kristen I was going to go all in. And for 6 weeks, I went all in. And my body started changing a little bit, but the scale didn't move and my pants still didn't fit. And I gave up. I canceled Shakeology again. I canceled Recover again. And it wasn't for me. March of 2020. And this is the ironic part, is that the tools in the team are so amazing and accountability groups are amazing. And go figure that I got hooked without the help of any of that. In March 2020, when the pandemic started, I hit play on Morning Meltdown, day 1. Just said, let me see what this is about. And day 1 turned into day 10, and day 10 turned into day 50. And that was the first program I did start to finish. No challenge group. I wasn't even talking to Kristen through it. Completely on my own, not with Shakeology, not with following a nutrition plan, but I got hooked. And after that, I went into 80-day obsession. And 80-day obsession was during the riots when I was working 12-hour shifts in the middle of the night, not knowing what the fate was. But it was my sanity. There was so much negativity towards law enforcement, and everything that I was seeing on my social media feeds was negative, and it was really putting me in a bad place mentally. And I was looking forward to that hour or that 45 minutes with Jericho, with Autumn, and it was my outlet. And last summer, I actually shared a picture with Kristen, like out of the blue. And she was like, what did you do? And I was like, 80-day obsession. She's like, you need to share this. And I put up a post on social media and it's totally not like me. Like I'm uncomfortable sharing stuff. It's not in my nature. I'm social, but I'm an introvert. I put it up and the response was crazy. Like people were asking me, what was I doing? And I wasn't a coach and I was just like Beachbody, like it's working for me, whatever. And then I jumped into a challenge pack with MBF and MBFA. And that's when I got hooked on Shakeology. So it was a really long journey for me. And it took me a really long time to see the value in what was there. But I had to do it on my time. I had to do it on my terms. And I had to fix me first. And that was a very individual process that Kristen couldn't help me with. Doctors couldn't help me with. A nutritionist couldn't help me with. I had to go through the motions and I had to heal myself. And that sounds crazy. I'm not like a kumbaya, let's hug trees person, but I really had a lot of shit buried inside of me that prohibited the scale from moving. And once I worked through that, and I worked through that by following people like Kristen and Dave and Autumn and the trainers and seeing things that they were doing. And it wasn't pressing play on the workouts. It was the gratitude journal. It was personal development. It was, doing good for other people and giving. And then honestly, you receive without even really receiving anything. And it was those principles that I applied that got me to the point that my body would start shedding weight. Because I was working out the whole time. I was eating clean, and I didn't start Portion Fix until 9-week Control Freak. So for people that are not, the scale isn't moving, instead of telling them to go harder on the workouts, instead of telling them to watch their containers a little more, really focus in on the personal development, really focus in on the gratitude, because that shit matters. And I definitely underestimated those components of the journey. When 9-week Control Freak came out, I was hooked on Shakeology, and I definitely wanted the discounts, and that was all I saw. And I told Kristen, coaching, I watched her and I watched Dave, and they've created a wonderful life for themselves. And I know that they work hard, but it worked for them. And I couldn't imagine it working for me. I work insane hours. I rarely sleep as it is. I have classes that I teach criminal justice at a college in the Bronx online. And I couldn't imagine adding anything else to this super full plate that was in front of me. And it happened so naturally that girls at work started asking me, what are you doing? Your skin looks great. Your hair looks great. And my little cousin, who's actually a customer, she has not switched over to a coach yet. But I was telling her, I thought that she would make an amazing coach. She's a nutritionist. She's doing the Beachbody programs. And we had this conversation. I'm like, listen, when you're ready, I'll put you in touch with my coach, Kristen. And she looked at me so dumbfounded. And she was like, why would you give me to somebody else? Like, why can't I just sign up under you? And I'm like, well, I have to do the paperwork for permission for the NYPD. And when I said it out loud, I realized how ridiculous it sounded. Like, if I was somebody and I'm talking to somebody about something and I'm inquiring, and then they're like, well, I'll just send you off over there. Like, I wouldn't feel good. Like, that wouldn't make me feel good. So I did the paperwork for NYPD, and then it just started happening so organically. I am blessed to have a very big network between my sorority sisters, elementary school friends, obviously law enforcement. I have a large family. So organically, it kind of grew from there once I started sharing. And what I will say is the plate that's in front of me was very, very full, but it was missing this. I have found so much fulfillment in connecting with other people from all stages of my life. I think I actually see one of my coaches on here, Priscilla, who was my best friend from the 4th grade through the 7th grade, and has rocked these programs since January, and finally lost the weight that she wanted to lose. Connecting with people on a positive level, because law enforcement, it's negative shit. I'm a special victims detective. I see people on the worst day of their life. And, I'm a criminal justice professor. Not exactly that. I mean, it's amazing to pay it forward and help students and be a mentor for them. But it's not that positive, fuzzy connection that Beachbody has given me. So the plate was full, but it was missing this. And there has been no greater feeling than connecting with people and helping them get to their best version. And now I realize it's not about me anymore. It's the we. And it took me 5 months doesn't sound like a lot of time at all. I know this is just the beginning. I can't wait to see where it goes. We went to Florida on the amazing retreat, and everybody was so inspiring. Rosanna is my soul sister. I think we were separated at birth. One inspiration was greater than the next inspiration. And I think my original thought of, oh, well, if I could just make enough money to cover my Shakeology for me, my husband, and my mom, I'll be happy. And that's how the first 3 months went. Like, I was pretty much breaking even, but I'm paying for Shakeology for 3 people and 3 coach, memberships. And this month was the first month I looked at the statement and I'm like, oh, there's extra money in here. How cool is this? And now I'm like, okay, bigger picture, like, you can actually grow this to something. So my advice of getting to diamonds or whatever rank you're trying to get to is you have to be a product of the product. You have to be committed to your own journey. And people see that when you share it. Like, it was so awkward for me to start sharing on social media. I am of the notion of stranger danger. I do not have a public page, and I will never have a public page. I have had rapists I've arrested find me on social media that, led to cops having to sit outside my house until they were arrested. So I will never have a public page. I had a secret marriage for 8 months because I married my partner. So like, everything was super secretive in my life. And, it's a new world for me to be open about it. What works for other coaches is never going to work for me. And that's okay. Like, I realize that I don't need to post this in the same manner that I see Kristen posting, or that I see Rosanna posting, or that I see Melanie posting. Like, you have to do what feels right for you, because then it's natural. So leading by example, being committed, and showing your struggles. Like, I talk about being super tired. I talk about where it's discipline and not motivation. And I don't want to say calling people out, but I hear all the time from people like, I'm so busy. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Okay. You and your 9 to 5, you're so busy. And I think that was one of the things that when I heard Dave say, like, somebody busier than you has figured it out. Like, when I first heard that, my first thought wasn't, yeah, you're so right, somebody busier than. My first thought was, who the fuck is busier than me? Like, and I had to get off my high horse and say, all right, I understand what he's saying. And you know what? You can make time for it. And it does mean sometimes getting up a whole lot earlier. But when you feel great, it's so much easier to do that, right? And sometimes you need to change the week around a little bit. You take a rest day on the most insane day of your week and just move things around, and it's possible. Nothing is impossible. So share, be authentically you, invite people, and take the emotion out of it. I think the first invitations I sent out, like, I was so worried, like, oh my God, they're going to judge me. More people were like, I need something like this. And then when they reach out to you and say, I feel amazing, that's the best feeling in the world. And yeah, you might have people that fall off, and you might have coaches that, cancel their account, and that's okay, because it took me 13 years to commit to this. So never give up on anybody. I mean, I don't know that I would have been as patient as Kristen. If somebody tells me for a year that they're not interested, I'm probably moving on, but she did not give up on me. And in this case, it panned out right. The timing does have to be right for certain people, and it's not necessarily an excuse. Sometimes there is a personal struggle or obstacle or challenge that people need to work through. And I know that that's not an excuse, because it was where I was coming from. And as far as the time thing, like, I would love to devote more time to this business, because I love it so much and it's so fulfilling. But it's so possible to work in pockets. Like, I mean, in between things all the time, I'm following up with people. I'm going on to the bod group. When there's a will, there's a way. So if your why is that big that you want to grow your business, you make it work. And you leave the excuses at the door. I mean, I say all the time, we're team no excuses, because you make it happen. And that's what we're doing. And it might take me a little longer to get to 1 star or 2 star, because I'm not giving, a full day a week to it. But that's okay too, because my journey is mine and it's unique. And however long it takes me to get there, I know I will get there. And I think if you guys are in the boat where you're trying to get to diamonds, don't put a rush on it. Like, honestly, I thought it would take me a lot longer. It happened sooner for me. Now I'm looking at 1 star. I would love to get to 1 star. But if it doesn't happen like that, okay, we're going to keep trying. But we're going to keep helping people. And I'm going to keep getting those texts from all of my girls that I feel great. I feel amazing. I've dropped another pound. And that's what makes my heart smile. And that's why I find the pockets in this very full plate in front of me. That's all I got, friends.
That was great.
I love you, Di.
I love you guys too.
I got teary-eyed. I'm like, oh my God.
That this was the missing piece.
This was the missing piece on the plate.
This was the missing piece.
Oh,
any questions for Diane? Anybody?
I don't have a question, but Mike fucking dropped. That was amazing. That was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I love how you talked about, how busy you are, because I think that's that's a common misconception for a lot of coaches. And I think that a lot of us tend to not step into our full potential because we allow that excuse to, keep us from our greatness. So I'm so happy that you talked about that, especially for newer people who may have that fear. And I love, like, I feel you when you speak. And so, like, your passion is infectious. And I see really big things for you, Diane. I'm so grateful
Oh, let's
to share
go.
space with you. Like, I'm like, wow, you're amazing. So thank you for sharing. I appreciate you so much.
Thanks, Mel. I appreciate you too.
See why I didn't give up on her?
Yeah.
I saw it.
I want
Anybody
another
else?
hug.
Real quick, I want to say this. As soon as she was like, who's busier than me? I'm like, Boothang. 3 kids up in here, full-time job. But guess what? My goals are my goals, and that's my reality is my reality. Every person in here thinks we're as busy as they can get. Like we're all as busy as we can get. And that's what needs to separate everybody. I say people on my team, Elizabeth Wheeler, God knows she's got so much on her plate. And everybody in here, you have kids, you have stuff. We all think life is as busy as it's going to get. And you chose to go next level with it, and set that to the side and chose to go deeper. I love that.
Oh, I love you, Griff.
Anybody else?
I have something to say because I really do believe Diane and I were separated at birth somehow. I mean, we made Diamond the same week, but I got to spend literally overnight slumber parties with her a week ago. And it's no bullshit. It's just like, it's just, we were getting ready. We had 30 seconds. We hear Dave downstairs, you guys, we gotta go. And it's just like, boom, 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 no bullshit. She's like, Ro, we gotta go. We were running out the door, and she's just real. Diane, you're just so real. And the reason why you have a fire in you is because you were born to do hard things, no matter what comes in your way. And she and I made a commitment. We're both our push partners, our success partners now. So I got your back, you got mine. And you're just going to keep shining no matter what happens and how busy we are. It's exciting. And I'm so happy to be there with you.
Oh, I love you, Ro.
I love you.
I'm crying.
Amazing. Anybody else? Anybody
Can
else?
I just say, I love you, Diane.
Oh, I love you too,
The
Joanne.
conversations that we had over the weekend, it was just fantastic. And the fact that you said your page is private, always has been, and you were able to reach Diamond so quickly with it being private, just reaching out to the people that you do know, and you're just fantastic. Love you, girl.
Thank you. Love you too.
Joanna, what are you cooking in the back? Because you're always cooking. We learned that last week. Anything cooking in the pan back there?
I smell leeks.
Some leeks.
Guess what I made?
What?
I lamb.
Yeah. Do it.
And leeks. I bet you had some leeks in there too, you leek eater.
And zucchini.
Did you
anybody
use
else?
brown garlic?
Brown garlic. Brown garlic.
Brown garlic.
Gotta have the brown garlic.
Anybody else?
Any questions?
I'd like
for
to
any of
say
them?
something.
Who's that?
I just seen pictures of Diane, and I never met you, but when we met in Florida, I just felt like such a huge connection. The police officer, my mom, and you are just amazing. And I'm just so excited to watch you shine because, girl, you're going to go far. I love you so much.
Thanks, Michelle. Love you too.
Yeah.
I just
Gotta
love
ask the
how she
question.
called out I have to ask the question. I'm going to ask the question. The whole busy thing, because, I remember hearing early on in the personal development growth that you guys have heard me say before, that we all have the same 24 hours in the day. And those that are successful, they know how to manage their time effectively. And I think that's very powerful. I've heard Will Smith talk about it, Oprah Winfrey.
I think the
all of
busier
them.
you are, the more efficient you
That's
can
right.
be.
Yeah.
Like I was much more efficient when I was a teacher. like with my business, because I had like this amount of time, you got to make it happen,
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
So you definitely can get a lot more done when you are busy, and it's important to you.
Diane, one question I have for you, we can kind of wrap up, is what do you feel, or how do you feel, what has Beachbody done for you overall?
It saved my soul. I mean, yeah, the 6-pack is nice, and I'm glad that the small pants in my closet are now buttoning without me doing a circus act and being a stuffed sausage in them. But honestly, the positivity has kind of leaked over to every other aspect in my life. I mean, obviously, I was in toxic relationships most of my life. I have a wonderful marriage with my best friends now. My work at the NYPD, like everything has gone up. My relationships with people in my life, I feel like, are better. And nothing, there's no like, whoa, this is me. Like, I mean, yeah, things suck at times. Traffic, got a nail in my tire yesterday driving home. But you know, like you just laugh about it. Like, I'm like, oh, well, at least I still have the tire on the car, you know, like it changed how I look at everything. I think it really made me confident in who I am, which is something that I lacked. And I think I hid behind success to feel confident, you know, chasing degrees and promotions and everything else. Now I actually feel it.
Yeah.
And I feel it because of personal development, because of gratitude. And yeah, obviously the programs help. And obviously Shakeology has me feeling the best I've ever felt. But I really, if I had to pinpoint one thing, like it's just the overall, the positivity, because everything was so negative, and it helped heal me.
I love it, and
You felt the same way.
I did, guys, and I'll end with this. This is so much bigger than fitness, like so much. If you really immerse yourself into taking care of your health and your nutrition and your personal development, you will be a better spouse, a better husband, a better person. You'll be less stressed. Your relationships will be better. I carried all of what I learned into my captain years with the state police as a leader. I ran into some of my troopers in the Bronx today at a testing site. They like ran over and hugged me. Like it just, because you learn so much about people and helping people and serving people while yourself is getting better. And Diane, you get it. Like I'll just end the team call with that. She's got it.
After 13 years. 13 years.
Yeah, she gets it.
Better late than never.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah. And your future is going to be super bright, and I can't wait to see you shine. Multiple star diamonds, and I know all the rest of us can't wait to see you shine. And I know all of us, guys, I'll end with this. Together we rise. Amen to that. So, guys, have a great night. Love you, team.
Wait, can we take a picture real quick?
Okay, taking a picture.
I know a lot of people left because it's late, but whatever.
Everybody lean into the camera and give us your best smile on 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys, have a good night. The recording will be up tomorrow. Thank you, Diane.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Bye, everybody.